Om Namaste. So, today we are starting this journey into the world of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a very common word nowadays. We all know it as the ancient Vedic medical science. But is it only about the medicines? Is it only about the herbs or the plants or their extracts? Is it only about giving medicine, giving herbs to cure the physical ailment? Ayurveda is the science of life, as we have studied in the Vedic culture, in the Vedic tradition. When we meet someone or when we call someone we know, we start the conversation by asking them, how are you doing? How is your life going on? Or how do you do? We ask such questions. Basically, we want to know that how they are doing in their life. But what is the actual intention behind this question? Do we want to know how much wealth they have? Do we want to know how is their mind? Are they happy or they have depression or anxiety? Do we want to know that are they physically healthy or not? Do they have a disease or they are perfectly they have a fit body? What is the actual intention? That is the prime question we must think about. When we are meeting someone, we are asking a question: how do you do? How are you doing? How are you? The question is good, but what is the actual question behind these words? What we want to know? This answer we get in the Ayurveda. Ayurveda is made up of two words, Ayur and Veda. Ayu means life. Now, Ayu, there are two words basically, Ayu and Vaya. Vaya means from your birth to now at this moment. So, see, what is the definition? Let me explain to you in more detail. Any action, any activity, or anything started at this point, this is the starting point. From there to today, to present, at this very moment, when we are talking about that thing, that activity, this duration is called Vaya, Vaya, Vaya. Vaya means that from your birth to today, to present, the total duration will be. So if someone asks you today that how old are you, the person is asking your Vaya. Okay. So from your birth to today, how many years you have lived on this planet, that is your Vaya. But from your birth to your death, so this is the start of some activity, this is the end of the activity. So someone was born and someone died, this is called Ayu. Okay, so what is this? Ayu. So Ayu is the total length of your life you have lived. So Ayu you can only calculate at the time of your death. So you will see when I was born and from then to the moment of death, how long this person has lived. That is overall life. So Ayu means life. But again, the same thing. What kind of life? I will just explain you in a moment. Now, another word comes here is, so here, please pay attention. When someone asks you your age, the person is asking your Vaya. But when someone asks the total lifespan of someone after that person's death, that is called Ayu. Remember that. Okay. Now, Ayu means life and Veda. Ayurveda. There are two words. So Veda means Ved has came from Vid. Vid means to know. Okay. So to know. Now to know what? We want to know. We want to know what? We want to know about everything around us. Ayurveda is the subdivision or Upaveda of Rigveda. Rigveda is all focused about knowledge. So Rigveda tells us about the gods, the godly things, the herbs, plants, people, every material and their quality, good or bad. So Veda means to know the whole creation, this whole universe. Okay. So to know the whole universe, to know us, before understanding the universe, we need to understand ourselves first, right? So Veda means to know ourselves inside out and to know the whole universe created by God. Veda also means to think, means to meditate. This is what we do in meditation. Meditation doesn't mean to close eyes and sleep. Meditation means that you close your eyes or you keep your eyes open, but you sit at a place which is peaceful, and there you think about a specific topic and you focus and you try to find out all positive and negative side of that thing. That is what we call to think, meditate. So Veda also means to think. So first you know about the whole universe, then you think about it, because you will have so many questions. Okay, sun is so big, but is there any other star which is bigger than sun? What is the temperature of sun? Is there any metal by which if I make a spaceship, then I can go near sun? So many questions will come to your mind. So now when the question will come, when you think, without thinking, without meditating, no question will come into your mind, and you will never be able to become a rishi or a Ayurvedic scholar. Okay. So with also means benefit. So when you know about the whole universe and yourself, then you think about it and then you get the benefit. Now, how many benefit, what benefit you can get? Now we will just learn about that. Okay, so let's move ahead. Ayurveda, the general statement there is popular that Ayurveda helps to have a healthy body, right? But which body? Now you will say, I just have one body. Actually, this is the outer layer of your body, which you can see. There are total five bodies we have, five types of body we have. And Ayurveda helps to maintain all these five body healthy. The first layer, this outer layer, you can see this is called Annamaya Kosh, means the body which is made up of food. So if you stop eating food, then your this outer body, the physical body you can touch, all organs you see, everything you can feel and see, all these organs, all this complete body from head to toe, this is called Annamaya Kosh. And this completely depends on the food you take. So, to maintain a healthy body, you need to have a healthy diet. You need to digest that diet, that food. You need to extract the nutrients from that food. Only then you will have a healthy outer body, healthy Annamaya Kosh. But how you do that? Ayurveda tells you that. How to choose the right food for your body, how to digest that food, and how to extract the nutrients from that food to have a healthy outer body, physical body. That is what Ayurveda tells you. The next is Pranamaya Kosh, the breathing system, basically, we can say. There are prana, pan, vyan, so many airs in the body. And all that air system, All together, it is called Pranamaya Kosh, the body which is made up of air. Now, as the word says, it depends on the air you take, breathe. The key factor here is, see, the Annamaya Kosh depends on the food, whereas Pranamaya Kosh depend on the air you take. So, are you taking air of good quality? Are you taking air in a good way, in the right way? Are you able to maintain that air inside your body in a balance? That is all you learn from Ayurveda. The next is Manomaya Kosh, or we call it psychic body. The layer which is depending on mind, our senses. See, mind is the controller of all senses. So, overall, all the senses and our mind together, they are called the Manomaya Kosh, means the body which is controlled by the mind. And it depends on the feelings, how good or bad feelings you are feeding to yourself. That will decide whether you have a healthy Manomaya Kosh or a unhealthy Manomaya Kosh. The third layer, this blue one you can see here. So this depends completely on your emotions. This is about the emotions. So are you feeding negative thoughts now? From where the emotions comes? Emotions, they come from your thoughts, from the knowledge you receive, whatever you hear from other people, whatever you think. Most importantly, the thinking part is there. Your thoughts, they decide your emotions. Your endocrine system, the complete hormonal system, that is connected to Manomaya Kosh. Okay. So Ayurveda helps you to manage a healthy mind and the hormonal system. Okay. Now the next is Vijnanamaya Kosh. Now it is all about intellect. The pure intellect is there. So this fourth layer, this is all about intellect. Now intellect, how you develop intellect. Intellect has several parts. There is information you receive, then knowledge is there, logic is there. Do you have logic in yourself or not? Are you able to think like a rishi or not? And that will depend on your teacher, how your teacher educate you. So if you get a good teacher, a good guru, then definitely the guru will make your Vijnanamaya Kosh very strong. Here was water element, here is the fire element. The Agni in you, the fire in you, how is that? And that is a very important part of you. If Vijnanamaya Kosh is weak, then you can never, never, ever you can get success on a spiritual path. Emotions, they don't take you to God. Healthy emotions, stable emotions, which are controlled by logic in you, they take you to God. The God is there, the happiness is there in the Anandamaya Kosh, the last layer of your body. Anandamaya Kosh, Anand means joy, happiness. The pure bliss is there, the pure happiness is there. That you get when you connect to the divine. So Ayurveda follows the philosophy that you have to have a healthy physical body, you have to have a healthy breathing and air system, and you have to have healthy emotions, you have to have logic and the divine Vedic knowledge in you. Then only you can get true bliss, the pure bliss in yourself. You, at this level, you actually connect with God. So this is the total philosophy of Ayurveda. It is not about churan chutney, Many people just say that I went to Ayurvedic doctor, he gave me a powder of herbs or a liquid or, a paste to eat. and I felt better after that. No, that is not a Ayurvedic doctor. That is a compounder. Okay. That is assistant of the doctor who is doing that. The Ayurvedic doctor doesn't only give you herbs or something. A true Ayurvedic doctor who follows the Vedic principle and who have learned the Veda doesn't only give you herbs, but they give you the right knowledge and the right technique to stabilize all your these bodies so you can finally get the true joy within yourself. Mostly people, they have a good healthy body. The Annamaya Kosh is really healthy, but the physical body is strong. But there is extreme ego in the Vijnanamaya Kosh. There is depression or so much pain, suppressed emotions, frustration in the Manomaya Kosh. Then even if your breathe is healthy, your body, physical body is healthy, still you can never find God because these layers are completely unstable. And very few people are actually able to understand and cure these two parts. This is very important part, the essential part of Ayurveda. So in this course, we will learn all the scriptures and we will focus, we will try our best to have good health on all the five layers of us. I hope this course will make you a true Ayurvedic doctor and help you to lead a healthy and successful life. Just remember, keep reading Veda, keep doing yajna every day, and keep helping the needy ones, either animals or human. That is, in short, in simple words, the philosophy of Veda and or Ayurveda. Just remember that. Surely we will find our path to the God. See you in next lecture.